Good morning. Good morning,
Hello.
Professor Yeung. This is Alan Yeung, and with Jim Margolis here
Hi,
at
good morning.
Seoul,
Hi.
and with the distinguished panel
Hi.
of discussants. So, how are you doing? Can you hear us?
Hi, Dr. Yeung.
Hi.
We are fine.
Oh, hi, Dr. Gao. I didn't see you at the end there as well.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
So, welcome to Seoul of our transmission, and it's really a pleasure to
now
see
we
you all.
start?
Yes. So maybe we can get started. We have an hour to really see sort of interesting things you're doing in Fuwai Hospital. So Dr. Yeung or Dr. Gao, you want to introduce your team?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Yeung, for your introduction. And first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Park and the organizer for inviting us to join the live case transmission. And by the way, I would like to congratulate on the 20th anniversaries of the Angioplasty Summit and the TCTAP. Now the first case will be performed by Dr. Yeung, Dr. Qiao, and Dr. Cui. Now Dr. Yeung, would you please introduce the case?
Okay, Dr. Alan, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to transmission from the hospital to the TCTAP. This is our team. Professor Kai is our senior leader and also our mentor, the whole team mentor. And now in my right side is Professor Qiao, is the associate director of the coronary unit, care unit now. And I'm Dr. Yeung, and here's Dr. Cui, and he's another our fellow. Thank you very much.
Great.
Today we will have the left limb application lesions and transradial project for left limb application lesion with the two-step strategy. Now the Professor Cui gives the story.
Good morning. This patient is 61 years old man, and he has chest pain for 3 months ago, and he one week ago he had coronary angiogram, and so is the left main bifurcation. He has diabetes and hypertension and hyperlipidemia risk factor, and his syntactic skull coronary artery angiogram is 22, and his PCI syntactic skull is 22.5. As the coronary artery angiogram, as Professor Yeung introduced the operator strategy. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, this is a story.
Okay.
Okay, you already listened to the story. Let me have the coronary angiogram, basic coronary angiogram first.
Okay.
So obviously from the angiogram standpoint, whether this patient is a surgical candidate in most of our countries.
No.
Would you consider that at all? Looks pretty tight. Distal left main.
There's two left limb bifurcation.
Okay, Dr. Yeung, can you see do you see coronary angiogram?
Yes. We were just discussing whether we would approach this with either traditional bypass surgery or a hybrid approach to a Lima to the LED and then fix the circumflex, for example. Not very big circumflex system, so makes it simpler. So anybody want to comment whether if you see this in your own institution, would you consider PCI or bypass surgery or some sort of a 22.5?
I think it depends upon the appropriate criteria.
Yeah, syntax was 22.
Dr. Yeung, we are discussing the indication, so just wait.
It depends from each country. According to the guideline, class 1 is surgery.
Yeah.
But if you do the heart team and his Euroscore is high, so we're going for the stenting. If it's equals 22, so it's not diabetic patients, so you can discuss it. Either taking the patient preference, it could be an issue in doing stenting if this patient is not so young, so we can make stenting. But if it's young, I think for the survival is cabbage. And depending upon the quality of surgery in the department, the quality of PCI and also the department experience, and you have an IVAS or not.
Actually, this patient with a syntax score 22 and importantly syntax score 2 for PCI is 22.5 and syntax score 2 for cabbage 27.5. In Fuai Hospital, also I believe in syntax trial, this kind of patient should be relatively lower risk for PCI.
I think the syntax score is a number, but you have to add some judgment in there. And go ahead, please.
So obviously we're going to do, obviously you're going to do PCI here. So the another question is radio approach, size of the guide, and what approach you're going to use. One's obviously probably likely two-stent technique. So go ahead, Dr. Yeung. Tell us what your thoughts are, and what your approach will be.
Okay. I usually use because this is quite a unique bifurcation. Just focus about development bifurcation. So syntax of 22, we would like to choose the patient that have the PCI. And if we do the PCI for the patient, we usually choose the transradial approach. This is our routine procedure in hospitals for several years, or nearly 10 years. So I would use a two-stent strategy, especially use a step-across technique, a two-stent strategy. Yeah, what's the panel's opinion?
Yeah, first let's see the IVAS.
Yeah, if you don't mind, let me start it our IVAS first.
Okay. So maybe while you're doing the IVAS or showing the IVAS, we can discuss what people would approach this 6-French guide, or you would actually more comfortable with the 7 or...
I think 7.
Six French guiding, EDU.
So IVAS.
Okay, so maybe we can see the IVAS while our panels kind of think about what to do.
This is LAD to left main.
LAD. It's the medial to medial score, and the lumen is big enough. Diameter is from 3.5 to 4. Now eccentric plug more and more when approaching the proximal LAD.
16跟文标高度高爽，这边。Okay.
Very heavy plaque burden, not really calcified. It's
natural.
That's pointing more toward PCI than surgery, I think.
Yeah.
You see the IVAS.
Why do you say that, Jim? Because you think...
You don't have to deal with calcium.
The left main is around 5.5.
So can you point out to the circumflex again, or did you see the circumflex tick up? This is an LAD pullback, right? So
did you do
circumflex? We also have the circumflex IVAS, yeah.
Okay.
This is circumflex pullback from
5 hook.
Now it's due to circumflex.
5 hook.
2.5 vessel.
再打一个。球囊还是要球囊，
Connective remodeling sometimes.
5号。
A small branch and plaque appears, and this is circumflex distal. Actually, we put back from the oblique marginal. This is proximal circumflex, the 3O vessel. This is distal left main.
So the Y comes in from the LAD.
So why are we looking at a two-stent strategy instead of provisional?
Anybody want to...
I think that the comment about the IVAS would support PCI, I don't think really we can, once we do IVAS, we do PCI. The idea that we would do IVAS and then pull back and said, no, we should send to surgery, it's also not safe because the IVAS can actually disrupt the plaque. So I think we have to make up our mind on a clinical basis and angiographic basis whether we're going to do PCI or not. I don't think there's anything wrong with PCI here. It's fine, actually. The bifurcation is wide, and it should be no difficulty really in performing good PCI. But we need to make up our mind up front.
I think that the angle here is the lesion, the ostial lesion. The question about two-stent strategy. It has 4 out of 5. I mean, for the criteria of the European PCR done, that they have an ostial, it's more than 2.5. It's a long lesion, so it's an angle is in 7. So you have 4 of 5, and also some form of calcification or thickening. So the strategy is two stents. What kind of stents? I think it's most angulated. You should start with the most angulated part first, in order to crush for the left main, or T for the left main LED. But you should start with the circumflex first.
Yeah. So Dr. Yeung, maybe tell us what are you doing?
Okay, actually we started.
Yes.
16. I will use a transradial approach. Yeah, 16. Okay. And I have a two-step strategy. Now we already pre-dilatation of the LED left main, and also pre-dilatation of the circumflex with the 2.5 balloon. And also now we started out the two-step strategy. First, we have already put the stent in the circumflex, and then we use the 2.5 balloon crush the stent first.
Okay. What size of the circumflex stent?
It's a crush. 16 is enough, yeah.
16?
Yeah.
Yes.
Down. Yeah.
16.
Dr.
Okay,
Yeung.
we already finished the crush technique, and also now we put the 4-0. Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Yeung, I think you perform the DK
4-0
crush.
by
Yes.
18.
So are you doing, trying to rewire? I think Dr. Wasan was asking you whether you're going to do a DK crush, you're going to do a DC balloon.
Actually, the hospital, we're going to do DK crush for left main bifurcation, because Dr. Yeung thinks left main is big enough, and safety always comes first.
16. 4-0, 18.
So you just do one kissing then?
Just one kissing. Just one kissing, but he will show you high pressure post-dilatation and optimal result in the final.
You have 2 branches of the circumflex. Are you going to do that both?
And then
I mean, a CX and 2 big OMs, or big OM and then a long CX. Are you going to do, you should do the distal CX, and then doing crushing, and then you finalize by kissing, or you do this at the end? Because I see this for the spider with a very long circumflex ending into the, as if it is a codominant, so you should do something for this circumflex as well.
Yes, but actually this is codominant.
It's in the top branch.
It's huge.
Okay.
So from this view, it looks like a circumflex big, but actually not.
Yeah, for the transradial approach and the double stent techniques at the left main bifurcation, sometimes I find that I use the tubeless guiding, the 7.5, then that gives you more room that you may easier.
Sometimes you want a little bit more contrast. So, Dr. Yeung, you use the aleocranial view to look at the ostium of the left main so that you can position that. I guess you're bringing it all the way back.
A little back.
Back a little bit? Okay. Dr. Yeung, I usually use this way. Aerial cranial view is best situation. Give me that.
Just a crash. Is this a 4-0 stand, Dr. Yeung?
Okay, here. Yeah.
Yes.
4-0.
Yes.
Maybe a little too far out. I think.
Yeah, yes. Okay.
The ostium is really clean. There is no reason to
Yeah, don't stick it out too much.
16.
Okay.
Down. Dr. Yeung, I usually use the aerial cranial view for positioning of the orifice of the RAD. Down. 16. 16. 20. 20.
20.
Down. Okay. Okay. Give me chance. Sorry.
Okay.
Now, we need another angiogram because now I think the patient is safe right now. What we do next is rewiring the circumflex. I usually use the BMW, go to the circumflex. I usually never use the hydrophilic wire because it's difficult. It's easy go to the between the stent and the vessel. Yeah.
Do you have any preference of what kind of DES you use here, or just any second generation DES will be fine?
Dr. Yang, what stent are you using?
Yeah.
Which stent?
What's the stent I'm using? I use Firehawk stent. This is the domestic one, which is called
Firehawk.
abdominal greenfield absorbable polymer cylinder stent. Firehawk.
You said that you are not using hydrophilic wire to cross in the crushing because although usually there's a problem with the BMW, almost always in crushing, usually it goes with pilot 50 or filter XT, something like that. What do you think? How percentage of the BMW can cross the crushing?
Actually, Dr. Yang's hand, 100%.
100%?
Yes. Because he's my boss.
So now you obviously have a stable situation and you try to optimize the results here.
Dr. Yang, with this crush
actually, Dr. Yang, optimizing because I usually
yes. Do you perform also the proximal optimization?
use the same blown with a higher pressure.
The pot techniques
optimizing
before crossing the
I
wall.
actually use the optimization with the same blown and with a higher pressure. With high pressure. And then look at that. Now the guiding is engaged within the stent. So I don't fear that it will go to the the wire will go between the stent and the vessel wall. Is it right? Okay. I'll give a test. 这 test 都是什么的？角度。
In our test lab, when we use the port technique, we don't like a new high pressure balloon. We just use the standard balloon, higher pressure to 22 or 23 or 24. That's a very good balloon. So save the money for the patient.
Yeah. So the difficulty here?
Yeah.
Look at the first. Look at the first view. First view. First view. Next, yeah. Best view. We should look at the best view.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay. This is a view where aerial 24 and a quarter of 22.
What wire would Margolis choose to do this?
Dr. Yang, can you tell us in this case, I think you are the authority of the DK crush, and maybe DK crush make it easier to pass the wine. But why you do only the one crush instead of the DK crush in this case?
Yes, it's
because you know because left main and the sacrifice are very big and not necessary to DK. Also DK is time consuming and also have some risk. So I never use the DK crusher for left main application. 2.5 balloon. No.
But
1.25
we do use a DK crash
I'm going to say that
for
because left main and the
non-left
circumference are very
bifurcation.
big, so not necessary to DK.
But Dr. Yang,
Yes.
Dr.
Yes.
Qian, I'm Saibal. I mean, we do use a DK crash in non-left main bifurcation.
Yeah, that's true. So in left main bifurcation, I never use the DK crush because the time is limited and also the patient is in urgent situation. So, and also the vessel is very big.
Okay.
Yeah, 20, yeah, down. I use that 1.25 balloon, Tatsuna, 20, down. 20. And also 2.5 quantum. 2.5 quantum, please. Ready. Down.
2.5的 quantum.
So 2.5 quantum, 2.5, 15 quantum, and also 4.0 by 15 quantum.
Dr. Yang.
Yeah, Professor Xu.
You were fortunate to cross the wire very quickly, but if you cannot cross it, I mean the balloon cannot get through, what is the next step?
I think I will choose 1.5 balloon to open the hole a little bit bigger.
No, I mean if you, actually you
And also I usually
to pass the balloon 1.5 balloon easily, but if the balloon cannot cross, how to do the next step?
Yeah, good. Okay, good.
Next, the next balloon cannot go. We also have the 1.0 balloon. Oh yeah. This is very important, Dr. Xu. It's very important. 2.0. If I, for example, if the balloon cannot go, I will have another rewiring. 4.0 quantum. 4.0 quantum. 4.0 quantum. 4.0 by 15 quantum. Yeah.
15的.
So if the rewiring is successful and the balloon cannot go crossing, I will use another wire to do another wire crossing, and then it will go. And also, I would like to crossing wire go to the stent within the central of the left main of the circumflex, central of the stent of the circumflex.
Let's go. Okay, Dr. Yang, do you have different techniques of bifurcation to left main? Can you explain to us why you choose crush? I mean, this is an angle intermediate between 17 and you have angulations. You can have a crush and kilot, you can have tap. So how did you decide in the cath lab which technique for two-stent strategy?
If you allow, let me explain.
20.
Actually, we did a lot of left. I just present our data in other room. Among our 1,000 left-main PCI, bifurcation left-main PCI, we use, just like you mentioned, different technique, but around 50% crush, modified crush technique. Because it's, I don't think there's a major difference between different techniques, but it depends on how to optimize the final result. I think it's more.
6, 8, 10.
Presume, you pretty much routinely do IVUS after this, right? You check all the results and make sure everything looks optimized?
Yes, actually, if you look at 5 years ago, our data around 50%, but today 100%, almost 100%.
I think for the left main is really important for to IVUS both before and after to really understand the anatomy, the size, the length. It really helps you plan out the procedure well.
Especially for Dr. Parks of 5, 6, 7, 8 is very good.
It teaches us how to count.
Yeah. Just one. Okay, 2.
Okay.
2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Down. Okay, great.
Another question, for the inflation deflation, are you going to do higher pressure in one and small pressure in the other and reverse and then doing final kissing by both? Or you do it in the beginning?
6, 8,
Okay,
10,
because here it's not
12,
started
14,
like this at the end.
down. Okay, now, IVUS.
行，别着急，先出来。我觉得别看那个。你准备IVUS really.
Just emphasize.
We already, in terms of kissing.
Just
I usually use a
emphasizing.
sequential high pressure, then final kissing. I usually use sequential high pressure, then final kissing with a lower pressure. But it's also dependent on the left main size. If this is size, I usually also using kissing with the high pressure.
Do you think that you deform the stents more by doing sequential
No,
rather than
we are
doing
ready.
one inflation?
So what was the question? Whether you
One inflation is dangerous because it's impossible to complete a position. So no sequential pressure, no safe.
we generally do sequential dilatation to kind of take up each one to the high
Or
pressure.
no
and the lower
sequential pressure,
for
no
kissing.
very position. Yeah.
What would most people do for the kissing? Is that what you kind of typically now follow
Yeah.
at the same time?
I do high pressure
Each one? Simultaneously, okay.
Yeah. 18 atmospheres both. I think that you deform the stents more when you inflate them sequentially. There's one series that looked at that, and I'm not sure how definitive it is, but there is one piece of information.
So do you concern yourself in terms of the, obviously use non-compliant balloon to do that, right? So,
And you have IVUS, so you know how big the left main is, and what's inside the stents.
right.
Give me.
Relatively safe.
Give me.
I don't think that's an issue.
Give me.
And it takes less time.
We are very confident about this China-made stent, Fair Hawk. We have limited data, clinical data, and endographic follow-up, endographic for this Fair Hawk. So there is quite similar to long-term effect that way.
没事吧？啊？尿，可以，就这么尿。
There's a lot of clock in the LED.
Yes,
There's a lot of it. It's better not to look. You may want to stay.
That's always the danger a little bit on IVUS is that you see more plaque and then you see it's out the plaque. So land it in a pretty nice area.
There's too much information.
The stent is well expanded and no
See the origin of the circumflex about 5 o'clock.
So it's fully opposed.
There's quite a bit of plaque there, so it's a little bit oval in terms of where the circumflex comes in.
So far so good. It's because eccentric plaque burden, so the stent is also oval.
Okay.
Yeah, it's reaching the orifice of the left main.
This is the RAD left main. I will check with the circumflex RAD, circumflex left main. Left main.
So, Dr. Yeung, in terms of bifurcation of left main, do you what is your strategy of using different types of two stents? Are you just pretty much everything you're going to use sort of the crush, or sometimes you use? I know that you can use multiple techniques, and nothing is really consistently one of the other. Do you just stay with one technique, or do you actually different operator in full way do different techniques?
For Dr. Yeung, I think more than 90% crush technique, modified crush technique. For in your overall FY database, more than 50% crush technique. The second one should be culotte.
No tap? A little bit. Although this is reverse in Europe and United States.
So in Europe it will be more tap?
Yeah, more tap, yeah.
So why would you want to use tap versus, you think just provisional, if the circumflex, let's say, is not so tight, you would do the tap?
No, let's say 85% is provisional. I mean for the 15%, first tap, second crush. This is what you, because it's easy for the tap now if you used to have just a minimal protrusion and just recrossing is easier. Here it needs more experience for the crush, and sometimes the angle does not fit. Sometimes if you have a calcification here, but it's so expertise.
So the ostium of the circumflex looks a little small. I'm not sure. Maybe that went by very quickly. I want to play that back again. The ostium of the circ, Dr. Yeung, when you have a chance.
Yeah.
Let's repeat. Osteo circumflex. Show us the circumflex. Osteo.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So
it's playing back now.
We do the circumflex again.
Yeah. Sometimes IVUS in these angulated lesions, they just kind of jumps, and therefore very difficult to see well. So you have to be patient. Or sometimes we go back in manually and stay there and look at it carefully, because it has a certain amount of pull, and when it gets to that angle, just pull inside the sheath very quickly.
Qian, can you please measure the osteo
circumflex? The orifice circumflex is very big.
What is the minimum lumen area?
The very short orifice of circumflex is more than 3.0. So it's 2.5 stand, no matter how.
He put the 275 stand, and we have about 275. Can't expect more than that. Yeah, but he put No, he did.
Can you measure the minimal lumen area of osteo?
Okay.
247.
This is 215的4.0的子弹。
4.5.
4.5. Almost. So what do you want to do? Is you going to dilate that more, or just leave it alone, Dr. Yeung?
It's probably a little bigger than that.
Yeah, I will dilate a little more with the 2.7 balloon. Go to the circumflex orifice.
Let's go into your bigger balloon.
What size balloon was it before? Was it a 2.5?
2.5, too small.
Yeah, bigger balloon.
Too small. Would somebody choose a 3.0 because of the, it's always these things.
No, I changed it to 2.75.
To give it a little bit more volume. It may not even need to go up as high pressure. So sometimes like to use more volume.
I'm scared of the 3.0 because of
Dr. Yeung,
I'm scared about the rupture because
Sure.
yeah.
275 is conservative and is reasonable.
I think we also overestimate the extent to which we can actually modify this, you know, the small changes.
Okay, Professor Yeung, can you hear us?
Yes, you're coming. Okay, we already. No, back. No. Forward. Yeah, we use 2.75 long. Go to the circumflex, and also use 4 long. Go to the LED. Sequential pressure with 18 atmospheres atmosphere, and then final kissing, and also final kissing, and the IVUS. Now, not the IVUS. From LED,
what size
go
was
to the
the
circumflex.
275?
2.75.
Okay, thank you, sorry.
Yeah, I would have used trio. I mean, proximal vessels circularly heavy, so.
I like volume a little better sometimes.
The restenosis is always in the ostium itself. So
Yes.
And that's why, even in pressures that they tend to restenosis that spot. That's why I tend to open it up a little larger.
Okay, so let's see the.
Okay, IVUS. Can you show us? Yeah.
This is from already.
Two distal.
This IVUS. Yes, there's the generator.
Every time he shows us a lot of distal imaging.
Just to be absolutely complete, make sure that there's nothing happening.
For our audience to better understand what diffuse this coronary disease is.
That's the branch of that circumflex, right? So
this already.
We should update the syntax score. It's not 22. It's more than that, considering.
No, syntax score was calculated based on angiogram, not IVUS.
Right, but now we know
now
how
it looks much bigger.
Even you cannot change.
Is there any rule of FFR after IVUS? Do you still have a plaque in the ostium of the CX? You are not sure whether to post do FFR to finish the job, or you should finish by IVUS criteria?
IVUS. I mean, I think that the FFR would be normal, even if the vessel is like 50% narrow, so I would do IVUS because you really want it to expand.
Yeah, FFR is not very good from early days to really use to optimize stents, because it's not very sensitive by the time you get to the 9.95, 0.97, so IVUS is the way to go.
Okay.
I think an important thing here is all this other disease can be treated at another time. This case has already gone on fairly long, and instead of trying to attack all the disease in one session, it's much better to see how this patient does. Use FFR on the distal lesions, etc.
Although for the
This is from circumflex, go back to the left main.
So that's the branch of the circumflex, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's still quite small, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have gone.
I think it looks better.
Yes, a little bit better.
And also
almost
jump.
a 5.
Yeah, almost 5. Okay, we call it 5. We give it 5.
Equal 5. Equal to 5.
It's our the effort is worth a 5 already. So I think that's that counts.
I think it looks about the same, but we are longer here, so it looks better.
No, Alan, the reason why I like to go higher in the circumflex is because the restenosis is very high in this junction. That's why it's better to optimize, and most proximal vessels are at least 3.0, if not 3.5. So that's why, and I would have used a 3.0 high pressure than 3.0 there and 3.25 in the other.
That's real now.
Okay. But I think probably given the time, probably enough time to just type of thing.
I mean, you can see there's no step up in the stent.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I will take your advice because of the circumflex. At least 3.0. I will try 3.0 again. Anyway, I take your advice. I think it's all right. Thank you.
Okay, so Dr. Yeung, you going to finish, or you think you're going to dilate more? More.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I think it's the right thing to do.
Yes.
You make a good recommendation.
You want to invite me anymore?
You're right.
I think it's the right thing to do. To optimize it as much as you can. It's a good result.
Yes. Is it because of from angiogram spider? Because from the angiographic view, we can see that the OM is at least 2.5 and the circumflex also 2.5. Before them, orifice of already at least 3.0. I would say that it's right.
And you can see there's no step up of the stent, so it's not that it's undersized. It is or oversized. So I think it's good to look at us.
It's a balloon.
It's a bigger balloon.
Well,
it's a new one. It's a new one.
It's a new balloon, or is it a...
the new one, yes, also new one, yeah.
Are you sure in the
we will use a small balloon.
Are you sure in the
because of the
wire behind the stent?
No. The wire should be in the loom.
It's moved,
Just because
sometimes it's just when the wire back with the angle attack is a little different.
2.5. Yeah.
Still have.
No, 1.5.
I think you have a good result there, and it would animate.
Okay, go. Yeah. Yeah, I will use a 2.25 balloon to go through first. Yeah.
Can you use a smaller balloon?
And if we can through.
I mean 1.5 and then upsizing to and then because it's so
actually you can use a new 3.0 balloon to close this gel circumflex stent.
Yeah.
3.0
20.
It's bigger, but it's the entrance profile is the same as 2.25.
Okay. 2.5 的 2.5 1.5 balloon. 1.5 balloon.
Okay.
1.5 balloon. Yeah. Because several times of through the orifice of circumflex, maybe have some stress was distorted. So I have to re-balloon again with the small balloon.
So
I have another accommodation for 3.0 post-dilatation balloon. Yeah.
Thank you. So we just in case that we might lose you in a couple of minutes. So thank you again for really a very illustrative case of showing stepwise and try to optimize the results. I mean, sometimes we just get lazy and just thought it would be fine to leave it as is. But I think again, be compulsive to make the lumen as big as possible is a good strategy. So thank you again for doing that. So we have a few minutes and see what happened.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the advice. Thank you very much.